What's up, it's Cape Sipes Custom Audio Reimagined, and we finally got some work in the shop. This week's kind of the start of all the work that's going to be happening. Had that little dead week, couple weeks I've had here, but looks like it's turned around, and we are going to start up on this 2022 Dodge Ram. He is getting a full audio control build. What we're going to be putting in this is the following. We have all the speaker adapters and speaker harnesses. We've got the Amp Pro AP4 CH42 to integrate into it. It does have the factory 12-inch screen with the Alpine premium sound. We have our Series 4000 RCAs because I don't want any noise, and that's how you get rid of any noise, by using those things. Then we also have a 4-gauge amp kit from Stinger. We've got the new Audiocontrol 1100.5, the altitude amplifier. Audiocontrol 2.75s for the dash. Audiocontrol P&W 65s for the front and the rear doors. The Audiocontrol SPK 10S4, the Spike Series subwoofers. We're going to be going into this prefab downfire sub enclosure. Now this thing definitely has the little premium interior, which I dig it. I dig the whole peanut butter brown. I love that two-tone color. I really like the wood grain there. So as far as Rams go, this would be the Ram I would want. And then he's also got the big Tesla style 12-inch screen. Here's how you know you have the Alpine, because it will always say right there in the center channel. Then we're gonna have to remove, there should be like a factory subwoofer or something back here with the Alpine amplifier. And then we'll put our amplifier in place, and we have to remove the storage setup here, and sub enclosures go down there. I've done a ton of Rams, but it's honestly been a while since I've done a Ram. They kind of come and go. They come in big spurts, and I do 20 or 30 of them, and then I won't do one for a while. So in my brain, sometimes I look at things and I go, I don't think that's right. So I'm gonna go verify, make sure everything's correct so I can rectify any problems really quickly before it gets too late in the week. With that tray and everything removed, enclosure fits just fine. It's good. Go ahead and get these door panels off. If you don't know how to do the door panels, pretty easy, but you do have to pay attention. Right here, you pop off this cover. There's gonna be screws behind there. You gotta pop off this cover and screws behind there. This door panel doesn't lift up. On the 1500s, they snap. So it unsnaps all the way around there. The 2500s and 3500s, the door panels are different, and they actually raise up when you take them off. I have the door panels removed, the factory speakers removed. We have the dash. So everything's been taken out. These door panels, okay, I said when you have to take them off, so you take out, those covers, and you take out the 10mm screws. I said that you have to pull them off violently, and you do, and it's because of these snaps. Now, if you want a more in-depth view on how to take these off, go back. I have a video for a 2022 Ram 1500. I have a 25 and a 3500. Don't watch those videos. Watch the 1500 because it's different. It takes all my strength to pull the panels off without hurting my back because you have to pull so hard. But you have to watch right here. This is plastic welded, and you're gonna break it. I think I broke, not that one. One of them, some of the plastic welds came through, which is no big deal. I have a plastic welder. But if you don't, you need to be prepared to fix that because you are gonna pull these snaps so hard and you'll separate this plastic piece and those little welds will snap. So just know that you're probably gonna do that. It's almost impossible not to. Now, a big problem that I'm having is the amplifier. So this is the 5-channel amp. The seats don't fold, right? The center does, but not the back. So you have to take the bolts out from the seats and remove the entire seat section to get behind there. The thing I hate about putting amps back there is once they're back there, they're there forever and you never see them. I kind of like to show it off. And I was thinking about doing this, but I think I changed my mind. See, the box is right there. I could actually do the amp right there. And look, it's not sticking out to where you would hit it. But something is telling me that seems cheesy. Decisions. And this right here is what I hate about deadlines. If I didn't have a deadline, I have a really cool idea that I could do to that enclosure, but it would take almost a full day of labor and fabrication, and I don't have the time. I just do not have the time to do that, and it's not in the budget. So my amplifier idea, I decided against putting it on the front. There's no way to do what he wants as far as like some cool lighting and acrylic with that thing sitting in the front, sticking out like that. Is just gonna cause a problem. Found that actually with the box in here, the way it cuts like a U right there, the amplifier sits beautifully. Like, it's perfectly the same height as the box. It looks pretty dope. So to make that happen, I've got blown plastic. I've cut it in the shape that I need to set up in there. And I'm not gonna put any holes because this is, I believe, the hybrid. I believe there's a lithium battery behind the seat there. And also there's big lines running up underneath the floor. So I've taken out the bolt or the nut on the seat here, and I've made this brace. So what this is gonna do is this goes here, and then the nut goes back on here. You see the line here represents that brace. So I don't want to put it in here or I'll kind of erase my line there. But this goes up in there and it's going to hold the amplifier. This brace is going to be mounted to the bottom side of that, and that's going to give it stability so I don't have to put any screws down, don't have to do anything to the body. This is rigid enough that this will be nice and firm, and then the amp will mount to that. Then I left 1.5 inches on the front edge here so I can mount the amp and then drill and have the wires come right up into the amplifier through this rack. It'll look really clean. This is the stuff I love to do. So now that I've got that figured up, that's like a huge, like doing the doors and stuff, I can do that in my sleep. There's no effort involved here. So whenever I'm doing a full build, I like to go through and then figure out what's the unknowns. What haven't I figured out yet? Have a game plan. Once I have that game plan, then I can attack it full force because there's no game plan here. This is put speakers in the door, simple. Same with the Amp Pro. Pull the radio out, plug the Amp Pro in, drop the Amp Pro down underneath the driver's side dash, mount it up under there. Done it 1,000 times. So now that I've got the amp rack figured up, I can move forward with drilling the holes in the bracket, mounting it to that plate, then I can put it in there, then I can set the amp on there, kind of test fit it, put the box in there, make sure the seats fold down. It's about 9 o'clock, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day for day one, but we do have the rack made. So here is the rack. I don't have the nut down yet because I'm gonna be removing the amp. The amp's actually mounted to it right now. So that's how it will set. It's actually kind of cool because it's just kind of floating. That bar going across, so nothing is mounted to the actual truck. There was all the doors off. I've got the Metra plates. I'm just not a huge fan of them. They're just simple plastic plates. Honestly, I could have lasered probably better acrylic ones, but the plates are already here, so I went ahead and had to cut them because the Audiocontrol 6.5s are kind of oversized for what they have. They have it marred so you can actually, supposed to be able to snap it out, but they don't, and you'll break the sides, so you have to cut them. Tomorrow, I'll be going ahead and getting those completely like sound deadened. I'll be wrapping them with some probably kill mat, stiffen it up, make it more rigid, get rid of the actual tweeter hole down there because I'm not putting a tweeter on there. Then I'll screw it into the factory holes, and then I actually sound deaden all the way around as well, just to seal it up. Then we can mount the speaker. So tomorrow will be pretty easy breezy as far as the speakers. That should take me about a whopping hour to have all 4 speakers put in. Then I can put the door panels back on. They don't need to stay off for any reason. Pull the radio. That's pretty simple as well. All you do is pull this rubber mat out. Then you're gonna pop out a screw and this whole screen and everything will pull forward. Do the Amp Pro. The Amp Pro will get mounted down under the dash right there. That's where I always mount them so I have access to them. And then we can have the RCAs ready to run back. And that's really the only way that I keep it kind of interesting. break it up into fragments and just complete each section as you go. But if fabricating and stuff is what you really love, first thing in the morning, get a section done. That's going to be my speakers and Amp Pro. Then I'll jump over to fabricating and working on this sub enclosure and laser work and what I'm going to do. Knock that out for 3 or 4 hours so you're kind of having fun. Woohoo. Then you go back, you know, do some wiring, and then you be done for the day, or you finish up the wiring. It's kind of a way to just break up the monotony rather than just going through it to where you feel like it's mindless work. Because it's also, if you wait till the very end to do the fun stuff, you end up not doing it. Because you'll just look at it as, I could just skip this right now and be done with this car and just move on to the next. And then you don't ever get to add your own little style to the install, and that sucks. That's my long drawn out way of saying, see you tomorrow.